Meanwhile, while every single headline is about USAID, why is no one talking about this part? Countless mainstream media outlets, from Politico to the BBC to the New York Times, have received tens of millions of US taxpayer dollars from USAID, God knows where else, to literally just prop up left-wing state-sponsored propaganda. I'm not exaggerating when I say we are actually living in 1984. It's been uncovered that Politico has received almost $35 million from the government to essentially be a left-wing megaphone to influence American politics. The New York Times has received roughly $50 million from the government. The Associated Press, nearly $20 million. Reuters, almost $10 million. The BBC, literal state-funded media for a country that's not even our own country, has received millions of US taxpayer dollars, when independent creators like myself have been telling you for years that the mainstream media is essentially akin to just state-sponsored propaganda at this point, that the deep state has been using the media in somewhat of a partnership, although we didn't necessarily know what that looked like at the time, to spread anti-American talking points, sentiment, and certainly to target conservatives and conservative values. That literally was happening, funded by your money the entire time. This is the biggest scandal in modern political history, and no one is talking about it. Certainly not the media. Need I even remind you of this?
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarmingly, some media outlets publish things that simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Threat to our democracy, huh? And all of these executives from media companies wonder why the American people have stopped listening to the mainstream media and only follow independent creators on Instagram and TikTok and X. Gee, I wonder why.